Hey guys, it's Nocturne. Welcome back to Zelda 2 Redux. This is part 5. And I have the boots that I got from the last part. And as you can see, they let you walk on water. Mostly it's on this lake here that's over in East Hyrule. And from there, you just head on over and get to the Ocean Palace. But first, if you take a little detour up here and head on over, you get another heart container. Just laying out here in the middle of the ocean. And there it is. Now just head on back. And this episode is pretty much just going to be the Ocean Palace, because there are enemies in here that I sit around and farm, because they're some of the most experience point laden enemies in the game. They're 200 experience points each. And the target for my levels that I'm trying to get to before I start actually officially grinding is attack level 5, magic level 6, and defense level 7. Once I get to that point, from there's the 6 palaces, and each palace you defeat guarantees you a level up, so that'll carry me to level 8 for all of my stats, maxing them out before I go to the Great Palace. So this being the second to last palace, this really ups the difficulty. There's the enemies in here that take 200 experience points when you beat them. They disappear and reappear, and they shoot fire at you. And they're a big pain in the butt to deal with. And you'll see this is where they start, another place where they start pretty much forcing you to use the fairy spell and making you have to go back, because like I said before, you can only pick up items that you can touch with the fairy spell. Things like keys and point bags don't count. And they start doing stuff like this, throwing these enemies on breakable bridges. You just have to keep walking. Don't blink or hesitate, just go for it. As long as you keep walking in an even pattern, they won't hit you. But the second you start jumping around and they start elevating their height, that's when you're in bigger danger of getting hit. And they start throwing stuff like this at you. Having a lot of stuff you gotta hop over while there's stuff hitting you from above. This is where the game stops playing nice like it was before, and just goes for it. And for right now, you still have to get keys, because the item that lets you not have to worry about keys, I don't get until later. And these are the enemies I was talking about. It's these witches right here. They disappear and reappear, and down thrusting is the best way to hit them, because you can hit them multiple times if you're lucky. The only thing that's really annoying about them is you have to constantly hear the fire sound effect being played, because they constantly throw it. And I'm only attack level 4, so they take a lot of hits to kill. And a lot of times you just gotta wait for them to come close. See? There you go, 2 of them, 400 experience points. Usually they show up in rooms in pairs or 3. So once you see one, another one or a second one are going to show up as well. And now here, I have to still get a key. So I'm going to use the jump spell to try to navigate through these blocks here. And if you scroll the screen over far enough, you're going to start spawning these Moa enemies that drop fire. So there you go, you damage boost. That's one way to do it. And I leave in order to reset the room, so that way I can come back, the blocks will all be gone, and I can just walk past while they're falling. And I only got hit once, so that's good. Yeah, by now these orange iron knuckles aren't really that big of a deal. They're more of an annoyance than anything else. Yeah, just hit them and then move on. Now, the Moas that drop fire, if they're inside of a wall, they won't drop any fire on you. And a lot of times they'll get caught in the ceiling as they're going around, so you won't have to worry about it. And then here's more of these witches, and you gotta deal with bots as well being spawned off screen. So this temple is where they start throwing a lot of shit at you. And it looks like there's three, yep, there's 3 of them in this room. A lot of times if you wait, they'll come to you, but sometimes they'll just be off in the distance, and you gotta have a lot of patience, which, you know, sometimes you're sitting around for a while, but it's worth it, because like I said, 200 experience points each, that's a lot for this part of the game. Even the blue iron knuckles only give about 150. Yeah, a lot of times I'm just not fast enough. And those flames hurt as well. I think they do like almost an entire heart of damage. Okay, so I got 1 down, there's 2. I'm gonna heal myself up. Oh no, that was it. Tag that for a quick 20. And I got a point back up there. I'll get it later. And sometimes if I pause or stop moving for a short period of time, it's because I'm quickly looking over my notes to see where I gotta go so I don't go the wrong way. Then here they got that guy up there, basically forcing you to use a jump spell. And yeah, these witches don't let up. They're all over the place in this temple. So I make sure to try not to walk too far ahead, so that way I only spawn 1 at a time. It's just less annoying if only 1 is around. There we go, it's 1 down. And there's another one. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for them to actually come near you. And you'll notice I'm moving backwards instead of forwards. That way I only keep the 1 on the screen. Because if 2 or 3 of them are on there at the same time, then it gets to be really annoying. And there we go, that's 2. And there we go, finally, attack level 5. So that's the attack level that I want to be at. So that's done. And as you can see, I only have to level up the other 2 once in order to hit the target for where I want to be at. And here's the last one of these witch enemies. I forget what they're called. I'll look up the name and throw it up in text right here when I edit this. But I mean, it's easy to look up the names of enemies. Just go to, there's the wikis all over the place that basically tell you everything you need to know. So I just passed that guy, and this is an illusion wall. You just go on through. And this is the only way to get to the item that's in the temple here. Now, you getting sick of these guys yet? Like I said, they're a major enemy in this temple. And I just move on. I'm like, okay, we're done here, let's go. And then this hallway, forget it. Those witches and these cat head things flying around, forget that. I just move along. Because that's way too much of a pain to be dealing with all at the same time. See if I even make it out of here. Yep, there we go. And this should be where the item is. Nope, there's an orange one, and then yep, there's a blue one. And there we go. I just take the death because I was low on hit points anyway. And as you can see, I still got 5 lives. And I just do the fairy spell. Might as well since it's there. Just sneak on through, grab the flute, and then head on out. Now the flute is an item that you need to progress, like the majority of the other items in this game that you get out of the palaces. And like most of the items in the palaces, the flute only has one function, and it's to remove something that's blocking your path to get to the where the last part of the game takes place. The southern part of Eastern Hyrule. And now with that, I just head on out. As you can see, I'm still trying to get a little bit more experience to try to level up those other things. My magic and defense. Yep, and it's just a lot of waiting. That's the only bad part about this part. There's a lot of waiting around because I'm trying to kill these things. That's why this entire part mostly takes place in the Ocean Palace. So there really isn't anything I could do to make it a little bit more exciting, really. Okay, so I just head through here. Go after another blue iron knuckle. Because they're a bit easier than those witch enemies. Despite the fact that I'm getting my ass annihilated by them. They're easier because you can just hit them over and over. You don't have to sit around and wait. So you just head on through. And like I said, in this version of the game, a lot of the stuff you kill stays dead. Basically all the major enemies you kill stay dead, so once you're walking back through, you don't really have to worry about it too much. I grab that point bag. Just so that I'm not stuck at that one grinding spot for too long. Because, I mean, if I was there for like an hour or so, I would just cut it out. I would just show you a little bit of where it is, what you need to do, and then just cut the rest out. And I'm not going to make you guys watch me grind for experience. I mean, that would probably do well as a sleep aid, but not really as a exciting Let's Play thing to watch. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people would watch that. I'm not sure. I don't really have any way of telling that at the moment. So just head on up. And I'm just heading back out. My mouth cannot stay closed. Just sitting there like a fish, gaping for air. Like I've been landed and stuck on a boat. I'll need to adjust that for the next parts. Because it looks kind of strange, me just sitting there with my mouth hanging open. Like I'm constantly surprised at everything that happens in the game. Like, oh my god, I used an elevator? Just head on up here. And we're out. Okay, that was a good chunk of time trying to get through there. Now we just head on out, head back over the ocean. Head in here quick to heal up. Get my magic and life back. And then from there we're gonna head south. Okay, that's got my magic done. Now just head on over to the person who heals your health. And then we'll move on from there. There she is. Just go on in. And exit. And that's the one who lets you know that you need the reflect spell before you go to Maze Island, and that big lady there lets you know that there's a monster to the south, and that's what you need the flute for. It's a monster called the River Devil. Just head on down. Get waylaid by some of these enemies first. Okay, I duck into this cave first because there's a point bag in here. And this is where I actually used the fire spell to kill one of these things. Okay, that one was worth it because it dropped a point bag. But this one, not so much. Yeah, it only gives 50 experience points. That's really nothing for this part of the game. And you saw I kind of got stuck in the wall there a little bit. That's a thing with a lot of these old Nintendo games. You'll end up clipping in walls a lot when you jump at them in a weird way. There's this one. Original Super Mario Brothers does that. In fact, in the original Super Mario Brothers, you can use it to do some kind of like weird sort of wall jump. And then here I don't know why I'm spending so much time messing with the scorpion. And now I head on out. Got another 500 point bag right there. And you can see I'm close to leveling up again. Head on out. There's the River Devil down there. And I go in here quick to see if I can... Nope, just going there quick. Oh yeah, I'm going this way, because there's another point bag over here. If you run into a random enemy encounter while on the ocean, nothing happens. It's like when I run into it on a path. There's nothing, it's just blank. And here we go. I believe this is where the point bag is. Yep. There we go, another 500. And that pops my magic up. So, when I get to the actual official grinding spot, trademark, that is when I only have to level up my life once. Once I get that defense to level 7, then I can go back and start clearing the palaces out. So, thank you for watching. Have a good night.